I'd like to call the Chickasha City Council meeting to order. I need a roll call, please.
Boyd.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Ginn. Here. Hebblethwaite. Here. Grayson.
Here.
Ashante Alexander.
Here.
Gertis.
Here.
Mosley.
Here. We'll start off by being led in prayer by Georgianne and pledged by Kia.
Please bow your head. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be here tonight to represent our citizens and to conduct the business of our city of Chickasha. We ask that you continue to watch over all of our employees, our firefighters, our police, each and every employee. Return them home safely to their family and their loved ones after each day of work and each shift. We thank you for all the blessings, and we also ask that you would watch over our military in these very trying times. They are the reason we are here free tonight and able to gather. And these things we ask in your name, Father. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2, I don't have any citizen comments. Item 3, council communications. Item A, I'm going to get G. Citizen commendation presentation by Police Chief Music. Sorry.
I was just going to say Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On September 13th of this past year, the police department opened an investigation into a missing persons case, the case of Richard Houston. We continue our investigation in a collaborative effort with several agencies and persons. Mr. Houston's sister, Miss Adair, is in attendance tonight. After one of the many searches that was conducted for Mr. Houston, OSBI agent Celise was in my office and mentioned to me about some canine indications near Line Creek. He told me that the canines almost pulled the handler into the creek, indicating some evidence, some potential evidence was there. The agent in my office told me, but it's too deep, it's too wide. And my comment to him was, then move the water. And he looked at me like I was a nut, and I said, you don't understand who I know. Let me go introduce you to some people. One thing led to another, and I called Public Works, was able to speak with both Omar Fierro and Public Works Director Jim Crosby. Rachel, could you put up the first photograph, please? This is a photograph that I snapped just probably 30 minutes, maybe an hour, after we were all on scene. So that's Line Creek looking east from the 9th Street Bridge. Now, photo number 2, if you will. That's what the direction of 2 different men did for this family. They dammed up Line Creek because the water had to be moved. Now, I have it from a pretty good resource, Omar. Tells me that that pump that they hooked up, photograph number 3, if you would, Rachel. There we go. That pump moved 1,500 gallons of water per minute in about 5 hours, somewhere between 5 and 6 hours. The water was gone. Council, that's over 458,000 gallons of water. And we couldn't get in right away, but the water was gone. So that leads me to tonight. Part of our awards policy within the police department is for citizen commendations. The definition reads, may be presented to any person who is not a member of the police department, but who has materially aided the department or its officers in some way. This includes assistance in the solution of a crime, the apprehension of criminals, aiding an officer in the field in a critical situation, cooperation with or assistance to the department as a whole in any aspect of the department's administration or operations. I mentioned Ms. Adair is in attendance tonight. I'm going to ask her to come forward. Ms. Adair. So this is probably a little out of the ordinary. And I'm also going to ask Assistant Chief Damon Alexander to come forward and help me out. At this time, what I want to do is I want to recognize the men who assisted in draining this creek for one reason, and that's to find any possible evidence of this lady's brother. So Public Works employee Cliff Bain, would you come forward, please? Cliff, not here? Okay. Public Works employee Dylan Byfield, I know he's back there. And Ms. Adair agreed to help me present these certificates. Assistant Chief Alexander has some department coins. Would you mind standing up there for us? I'm waiting. Thank you. Eric Peterson, Public Works employee. James Adamson, Public Works employee. Jesse Ortiz. Marcus Brown. Robin Underwood. So this doesn't just stop with city employees. This also goes for some private industry employees. Michael Whitaker with the AC Owen Construction Company. Their company allowed us to use all the dirt that created the dams, that stopped the water, and allowed us to move it. Then also Jacob Lowry with Matthews Trenching. Matthews Trenching came to our aid because some of our equipment was down and they said use our trucks. So truly a collaborative effort, and we want to thank everybody personally. I appreciate Ms. Adair being willing to do this, and thank you all, gentlemen.
All you gentlemen standing up there, appreciate everything y'all done. Makes your man feel better. Thank y'all very much.
Everybody's got a boss, right? So, Omar, I didn't leave you out. And Jim, you're coming up too. They thought that they were here to support you all.
All right, we have to get really close. All right, friends. Council, if y'all want to sit so we don't have floating heads. One, two, three. Very good.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. Omar and Jim, thank you for being out there to help our guys and everybody working together as one. Man, it's a great city to be in, and really appreciate all the folks in Public Works. They're pretty much unsung heroes as they're hip deep in somebody else's mess and trying to get things for water flows and other things flow away. So I just appreciate every one of you guys, because you're out there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and most of the time you're unseen. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. Any other council communications? All right. Item 4, consent docket.
Move that we approve the consent docket as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Ebelthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6A, I'd like to open a public hearing to discuss and consider the final plat for Haven Point located at 22nd and Nevada for applicant Remington Properties LLC. I have 641. It's Haven Point here. Do you want to talk about your project any, or you guys have any questions for them? Now waiting for time to change. I have 6:42. I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Item 6B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the final plat for Haven Point for applicant Remington Properties LLC.
I move that we approve the final plat for Haven Point for applicant Remington Properties LLC.
Second.
Any discussion?
Hey, where is this one located? I meant to look it up.
Yeah, it is just west of 22nd Street. That it's a little half road's what it is. There's other duplexes and triplexes right next to it. And
What's the cross?
22nd and Nevada come together, and the curve, the road is kind of gravel over there. And it's going to be 7 duplex units back there if you've gone past those apartments.
Yeah, I'm not.
gravel's a complement to that road.
Yeah, it's not really a road back there, so you probably hadn't driven past it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our right of way.
I'll look it up sometime.
If you go straight west of USAO, you'll run right into it.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Ebelthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Yeah, good grief, sorry about that. Item 6C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to surplus a 2013 Police Department vehicle and utilize Purple Wave auction services.
I move that we approve the surplus of the vehicles utilizing Purple Wave auction and authorize the chief to execute the same.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Ebelthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6D, discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept or reject any and all bids, all bids for bid COC-2309 100-foot aerial truck.
I move that we reject all bids for bid COC 2309 100-foot aerial truck.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question, Keith. Have we looked into leasing trucks? Okay.
This was largely a financial
Right.
decision here that we just weren't ready to commit to this.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw that Sutphen has a leasing program, right?
Yes, and we're engaged in that conversation with them.
Okay.
You'll see this again, just.
Thank you.
Are these the ones that we approved to go out for bid, or didn't we approve to take one or something?
We
Back
just,
in October.
Yeah, we approved the bids, but we didn't actually commit to the purchase or the lease.
Okay. And they were just too expensive? And time frame?
Well, yeah, we're looking at not being able to take possession of these for a couple of years out, and we'd have to start committing to a financial commitment now, and we're not quite prepared to do that until we have a little better understanding of what the sales tax revenues are going to be over the next, few months at least. We'll have to take this under advisement, but we recognize that lead time on construction is a long time for this kind of equipment, but we also have to be very careful about what we commit to.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Mosley.
Yes. Item 6E, discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept or reject any and all bids for COC 2310 dash engine pumper truck.
Move we reject all bids for COC 2310-engine/pumper truck.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6F, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the purchase of a Pulsar precision feeder from Sunbelt Pools for an amount not to exceed $6,500.
I move to authorize the purchase of a Pulsar precision feeder from Sunbelt Pools for an amount not to exceed $6,500. Second.
Any discussion?
I'm presuming that this is part of the scheme of the many repairs that we know that the pool's going to need to be able to continue the operation of it.
This feeder, last year the feeder was down, so they're feeding chlorine into the pool by hand, and it's actually a violation to do that. So this one product will make it so they can put it through a feeding process, and it levelizes itself basically versus us just throwing chemicals into the pool. So this just brings it back up to where the minimum is for the code. I think I emailed Keith like the printout of the results from the pool. He should be giving that to you shortly, but there's kind of some layouts of options of fixing it if you want to choose to fix things. But that should be coming out real soon if it hasn't already hit your email boxes. So,
Okay. Thank you, Spencer.
yeah.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6G, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint Shelby Hurst to the library board.
Move that we appoint Shelby Hurst to the library board.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6H, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint Parker Denton to the Parks and Recreation Board.
I move that we appoint Parker Denton to the Parks and Recreation Board.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Yes. Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6I, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint Jeannie Mather to the Parks and Recreation Board.
I move to appoint Jeannie Mather to the Parks and Recreation Board.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6J, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint George Hector Jr. to the Parks and Recreation Board.
I move that we appoint George Hector Jr. to the Parks and Recreation Board.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 6K, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint Jim Gleckler to the Parks and Recreation Board.
Make a motion to appoint Jim Kleckler to the Parks and Recreation Board.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to to recess the Chickasha City Council meeting, go to the other ones, get them done, then come back and reconvene, and then go to executive session. So I need a motion to recess.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Boyd,
Here.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn. Here. Hebblethwaite,
Here.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Yes.
Roslyn, or excuse me, Gertis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. You guys are throwing me off. Okay.
See if I follow your lead again, Kelly.
It's been a while since we had our executive
exactly,
session, so
right?
I've gotta practice.
I'd like to call the order to the Chickasha Municipal Authority. I need a roll call, please.
Boyd,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Ginn. Here. Hebblethwaite,
Yes, here.
Grayson,
Here.
Ashanti Alexander,
Here.
Gertis,
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the purchase of a vertical dry pit pump from Edwards Equipment LLC for amount not to exceed $77,224.
I move that we authorize the purchase of a vertical dry pit pump from Edwards Equipment LLC for amount not to exceed $77,224.
Second.
Any discussion?
What is this used for?
What's it used for, Jim?
This is a, called a RASWAS pump. It's return activated sludge and waste activated sludge, and this grinds it up when it's returned and doesn't go through our regular process. This is one of them. We have approximately 6 pumps out there that we need to replace that are in budget, and this is one of them that we're buying this evening.
So it's out the wastewater treatment plant then?
Yeah, it has to, it's a very important item in it,
Okay.
at the sewer plant.
And there you go. Anybody else? Thank you, Jim. Roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 5, motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
Oh, sorry. Adjourn. I'd like to call the Chickasha Municipal Airport Authority to order. Need a roll call, please.
Boyd,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Ginn. Here. Hebblethwaite,
Here.
Grayson,
Here.
Ashanti Alexander.
Here.
Gertis,
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
Move we accept, approve it.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander.
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize staff to solicit sealed bids for CAA-2401 agricultural land lease for the Chickasha Municipal Airport.
I move that we authorize staff to solicit sealed bids for CAA 2401 agriculture land lease for the Chickasha Municipal Airport.
Second.
Discussion?
Is this one, it says tract 1 and tract 2, are they taking sealed bids for each tract? Because in the contract documents, it indicates it's one tract or one bid for both. But are they taking a bid for just tract 1 or just tract 2, or is it all or nothing?
Or you can do either or. Bid paperwork set up to be customizable depending on what someone wants.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Okay. Anything else?
Have we had interest already, or are we just kind of?
I think Oscar had talked about some interest. It's not been brought to my attention, but we're getting it out there and it's gonna get posted, so hopefully.
The old farmer that, or not old, the farmer that used to have the lease, he retired. And so as soon as some people found out he retired, they started asking me. But anyways, it'll be ready to go this year, I guess.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 5, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Adjourn. I'd like to reconvene the Chickasha City Council meeting. I need a roll call, please.
Boyd,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Ginn, here, Hebblethwaite, here, Grayson,
Here.
Ashante Alexander,
Here.
Gertis,
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 7A, discussion, consideration, and possible action enter to executive session pursuant to Oklahoma Statute 25, Section 307B1, to discuss the employment of any individual salaried public officer or employee, evaluation and performance of the city manager, Keith Johnson.
I'll make a motion that we enter into executive session.
Second.
Roll call.
Boyd,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. All right. We're in executive session. The Chickasha City Council meeting. I need a roll call, please.
Boyd?
Here.
Nelson?
Here.
Ken? Here. Heathwaite? Here. Grayson?
Here.
Ashante Alexander?
Here.
Curtis?
Here.
Mosley?
Here. I like item 8, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned.
Man.